Look closely where you are right now. Are you actively choosing the life you wake up to every morning, or is it simply living you? Most people immediately point outward. They blame a rigid economy, a string of bad luck, or a lack of support from the people around them. It's a comforting defense mechanism, but it completely misses the actual mechanism driving their reality. The brain processes 60,000 thoughts a day, but 90% are exact replicas from yesterday. These repetitive loops don't vanish. They act as active seeds, rooted in early programming. If you run internal scripts of anxiety or fear, your brain dutifully executes them. This creates that restless, heavy feeling, the internal void that keeps you staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Your external circumstances, like the exact number in your bank account or the state of your health, are simply a lagging indicator of these recycled thoughts. Because your reality is a lagging indicator, tweaking your daily habits won't fix the root issue. To change the output, you have to rewrite the brain's source code through a strict 10-day cognitive reset. Phase 1 is the system audit. Day 1 requires you to act as a silent, objective scientist observing your own mind. You aren't changing anything yet, you are just watching. By the end of the day, you will realize that roughly 80% of your default thoughts are negative. Day 2 targets your vocabulary. Your subconscious mind is a literal servant. It takes a phrase like, "I'm broke," not as an observation, but as a direct order. It immediately sets to work creating the exact conditions to keep you broke. Actively substituting your default words with positive framing forces your brain to carve brand new neural pathways, routing energy away from the old, destructive highways. On day 3, you align your emotions. Your subconscious doesn't process abstract definitions. It processes the chemical signals of emotion. By inducing the physical sensation of success now, you provide the proof your mind needs to start prioritizing that new reality in your daily focus. Day 4 is about cutting the weight. Past grievances act as a massive anchor dragging down your system. Forgiving those who hurt you isn't about absolving their actions. It's a calculated move to stop your own energy from draining into the past. Phase 1 won't build your new life. What it does is unmoor your brain from its destructive default mode, leaving you with the blank slate required for true reprogramming. With the old system wiped, Phase 2 installs the new operating system. Day 5 requires shifting into an abundance frequency by writing down 10 positive realities in your life. Day 6 dictates your identity. You have to stop labeling yourself as a struggling person. You must actively claim the identity of a successful, capable individual well before any external evidence exists to support it. The brain works to maintain internal consistency. It maps who we are, then ensures our actions stay within those borders. When you shift your map, your brain filters the environment for paths that fit that new territory. Day 7 is execution. Sitting in a room and visualizing wealth achieves nothing on its own. When your new mindset reveals an opportunity, you are required to take inspired physical action to walk through that door. Taking just a single tiny physical step pulls that new identity out of your imagination and triggers an accelerating chain reaction of physical momentum. Phase 2 crosses the gap between passive wishing and actual living. It forces your body to act in perfect alignment with your newly programmed mind. Phase 3 prepares you for the inevitable system pushback. By day 8, your ego will panic at the sudden change. It will fabricate doubt and fear to drag you right back to your comfortable old baseline. You have to reframe that doubt. When the panic hits, it is not a signal that the process is failing. It is the absolute proof that your old patterns are breaking and a breakthrough is imminent. Day 9 demands the hardest step of all, surrender. You have to completely drop the desperate need for immediate, visible results. Desperation operates on the exact same frequency as lack. If you tightly grip the outcome, you block the process. True surrender allows the new programming to flow naturally without resistance. Absolute control over your reality is only found by entirely letting go of the outcome once the cognitive inputs have been rewritten. Day 10 is the final stage, the reveal. To be clear, you will not wake up on the 10th morning to find $1 million magically deposited into your bank account. The true result is much deeper. You wake up and realize that the heavy internal vacuum is gone. In its place is the steady realization that you are no longer a passenger in your mind, but the one actually holding the wheel. Over the long term, this shift becomes permanent. Once your internal frequency is locked into abundance and action, your external reality has no choice but to steadily align with it. Leaving world-changing potential trapped inside a default loop is a debt that can never be repaid. The loss is not just yours, but the world's for never seeing what you are capable of building. So don't wait for a perfectly ideal time to start. The new reality is fully available to you, but you have to push that first domino today, right now. Your external world is nothing more than a mirror of your internal programming. Change the code, and you change the world.